Hi, moppers.
Again, you.
Yeah, I'm good at that. I have a big ass mopper, a robot that I have been wanting to get for a long time.
That I also have.
Yep.
I got it before him, and I got it relatively more cheaper than he did.
Oh yeah, you got yours for quite a bit cheaper. I'm here with a mopper, by the way.
Hi. This mupper decided to do this at like this late at night.
Yeah.
So
It's like 10:30 over here, 10:45, something like that.
11:40. 11:33 over here.
Oh yeah, so about 10:30 over here. But yeah, I found one of these for relatively cheap. Still more than I would have liked to pay, but fuck it. He is a mopper. This is the
Mupper.
2007 WowWee RoboPanda.
Also known as the best robot ever made.
Yep. The V2 moppers are going to kill me, but yeah, he is the best WowWee robot.
The V2 just doesn't compare, you know.
V2 is cool. He's got a lot of advanced technology. He is, like, if you said to somebody, I want a really impressive robot and I want it to be able to do all this shit, they'd pop out with a V2. He's cool. He does a lot of shit. But he's not really, I don't know. My biggest issue with, like, I would get a V2 if I could. If they didn't have problems and they were cheap, I would grab one. But I think my biggest issue, or not really issue with V2, I just prefer the more interactive robots. My biggest thing with V2 is that he doesn't have any sort of, not really brain, but kind of, like, I won't say he's not intelligent in any way, because this mopper kind of isn't either, but it's not really intelligence, it's just more interactivity. You're shooting commands at a mopper with a remote. This mopper feels like you're actually interacting with him. You are playing along with him. You're just kind of sitting there hanging out with him. You're just being a mopper with him. And V2 is just, alright, cool, I'm on. I'm a big ass, cool, impressive robot. Now make me do some cool, impressive shit. That's kind of how I think about V2. And I mean, Media is kind of the same, except not, because I mean he kind of is, but Media I would grab if I could, because he's got the added functionality of, you know, or really the added benefit of running Linux, so you can throw custom shit on him and do all the really cool shit. I'd grab a Media if I could, but they're expensive.
We sadly don't know what.
And I'm broke.
What embedded Linux he runs, or it runs, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. He's probably running some custom shit that no normal mopper would have access to. I don't know. I mean, maybe there's somebody that has managed to figure that out, but if there is, I don't know it. So yeah, RoboPanda. He is really cool. And if this video ends up being 15 fucking years long, don't be surprised, because he does a lot. So for the blind moppers watching, I guess I can go over kind of like a description of him. What he looks like. He is large. I'll start by saying that. WowWee.
Very fucking large, because when I got the mopper, I was so surprised. I was shocked. Like, I was not expecting the size.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also that too. Yep. And that.
Oh.
But yeah, he is, I think when he is standing up, he's 19 inches tall.
Jesus.
So 6 inches shorter than a V2. He is just about a little over 1.5 feet, which is crazy for a robot. Like, it doesn't need to be this big. But WowWee, I guess the thing they were going for, because they were marketing their shit to kids, and big cool thing needs to be really big or kids won't buy it. So WowWee's thing was bigger equals better. Like, you had other companies just kind of, like, sometimes their shit was big, but that was because it had to be big to accommodate whatever it had in it. No, WowWee just, oh yeah, you want a robot that's 25 inches tall? You want a robot that physically has to fucking struggle and put all the effort that he can into getting up? Because he's so fucking big? Moppers would be like, oh, don't let V2 get up because it'll stress the motors. That means your robot's too goddamn big. Like, you should not have to worry about performing a built-in function of a robot because it would wear the motors up. Like, that to me is weird. But that's WowWee for you. Ooh, our stuff is big. We like the big stuff. Okay, I guess I get why they did it. Because I guess if you think about it, as a kid, you always wanted to open the big Christmas presents usually were the best ones. And they had the coolest shit in them. So I guess that's what they were going for. Is kids want big stuff because usually big stuff equals cool stuff. Like, big stuff is cool stuff. But when when your robot is so big that it can barely fucking function the way it is intended, it's very impressive to see a robot that is the size of V2 or even the size of this mopper try to lay down and sit himself up, or if he's laying forward, seeing him try to sit himself up. That it's cool, and it should not, to any normal person. If I said that to a normal person, they would say, well, why is it cool to watch your robot get his ass up? It's not like it shouldn't have to be cool. My robot should be small enough that it should be able to get its ass up with no fucking problem. But, yeah, this mopper, as with every other WowWee bot, he's got to put all the effort he can. He has to struggle like his life fucking depends on it. He has to fucking put every little bit of strength and effort he has into getting his ass up. And I find that weird. But anyway, I'm going way off track.
Back to RoboPanda.
Yeah. So, he is, he's more like a humanoid shape, which is kind of weird because I always thought they would have 4 legs. But, alright. I guess they wanted to make him more kid-like. I don't know. More human-focused. So, his head is huge, and that takes up a good amount of his size. At least the head isn't like, I mean, the head's got some weight to it, but it's not too heavy. I think it's what's in the rest of him that makes him really heavy. Batteries being one contributing factor to that.
They'll do it.
So on the top of his head, you have, let me kind of move him down a little bit. On the top, like between his ears, his ears are just little rubber things sticking out the sides, and they move. He's got touch sensors on his head. Apparently, he can tell the difference between a touch, a pat, and a stroke, whatever. I've never gotten that to work. I don't know. Because like most things, when they say, oh yeah, pet the mopper's head, pat the mopper's head, touch, stroke it, just touch it. Usually there are multiple sensors, and they can tell if you're like moving across both of them, Like a lot of the robots, like take the Tiger Electronics Mio Pup, for example. 2 touch sensors, one in the front, one in the back. And if you pet the mopper from front to back, he makes a certain noise because it registers one sensor and then right away registers the other sensor. So he can say, oh, hey, cool, mopper is petting me. This mopper, I don't know how he does it. I'm not exactly sure how he registers his head touches, but yeah, I don't know. I'll have to do a little more testing on that. He's got okay, where his eyes are, he's got these kind of eyebrow things, and those are spring-loaded things. Well, they do move, so they kind of slide up and down. And then right under those, in each eye, he's got lights. Well, little plastic covers that have that under those are LEDs, and also apparently IR transmitters and receivers. Like I think there's a transmitter in one eye and a receiver in the other.
I think that's for his Teddy, right? Or no, that's RFID.
Yeah, Teddy's RFID, which I do not have, by the way.
Oh, I guess IR for the... Oh, that's weird.
Apparently that was never used. Originally I was thinking for the walking, like he could use that to detect, hey, there's something in front of me, but I don't even think he does that because Mopper only walks for like 20 seconds and he moves like half a fucking inch.
He wouldn't be able to walk for like more than 2 seconds.
Well, yeah, again, WowWee, bigger equals better. Fucker can't do anything because he's so fucking big.
He will ask you to help him at random points because he can't do it himself.
Mm-hmm.
He physically cannot do it himself.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I sound like I'm shitting on this thing and I don't want to, but that's not this mopper, that's WowWee in general. I mean, okay, they had some robots. I haven't seen a lot of their robots, but I know V1 is huge. Like, okay, not huge compared to the other robots. Like, V1 is small compared to, like, V2, Panda, all the moppers. And I guess you can say, oh yeah, but they needed to put all the motors and shit in there. Still, I think they could have slimmed him down a little bit. Like, V1 does not need to fucking... I don't think he needs to be as bulky as he is. He doesn't need to be as chunky as he is. But then, like, I don't know. V2 is, of course, fucking huge. I've never personally seen one. I've never messed with one, but all you really gotta do to get an idea of how big a V2 is look up a video of one laying down and getting back up. There you go. That should tell you everything you need to know. He's fucking huge. It takes him 15 years to... No, okay, no. It doesn't take him a long time, but you can definitely hear those motors trying. But yeah, no, that's not... I'm not going to shit on RoboPanda for that. That's just a WowWee thing. Like, that was just how WowWee worked back in the day.
Yeah.
But no, apparently his IR shit was never used, and they were going to make more expansion shit for him that would actually take advantage of that, but they never did. Because he didn't sell too well, which, I don't know. It's weird. You'll see why. I think if you later into the video, you'll get why he didn't sell. Like, for people like us that are into the robots and know how they fucking work, it's not too big of a thing. Especially for if you're blind, you've grown up with devices throwing shit at you for years, talking to you and telling you everything that you had to do. But like giving you a menu of sorts that isn't represented visually. But that's another thing that, I don't think. I don't know. I think that's why he didn't sell. Like, I've seen articles and things like that will say, or that have said, like, yeah, he's cool, but he's not. They all thought that he was a little too advanced in the way he worked, and the content was way too young, like way too childish for the target audience. Which I can see that. Personally, I don't care because I play with.
Makes sense, but like
I play with toys that are made for younger kids than even this mopper was meant for.
And sometimes for literal baby moppers.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Look up the Electronic Toy Archive. There you go. We get toys for literal fucking babies and record them.
Yeah,
and put them up on the channel. And we go into the test modes and we mess around with them to figure out how they work. Because we are weird and we have nothing better to do. And it's fun. But yeah, no, that I personally don't mind. I actually like the kid oriented shit because I feel like it's more. I feel like there's more to it. Like I said, going back to what I said at the beginning of the video, V2 is a cool, impressive robot, but he doesn't really have much behind him. He can do all this shit. He can identify colors. He can track stuff. He can be programmed, and he's got all this shit. He can find a certain color and drop an object in a certain place based on the color or the sound that he hears or whatever. That's cool. I'm not saying it's not cool. I'm just saying it's not interactive. You are doing things to watch the robot do things. This mopper, you and the robot are having, like, you're kind of not experiencing things together, but I don't know what the right word is, what the right thing is to say here, but you're kind of, you feel like you are interacting with the robot and like it is interacting with you, not I got a remote in my hand and I'm gonna fucking shoot some IR signals at this robot and watch it do some shit. This mopper has no remote. I mean, like I said, I'm not saying I don't like those other robots. I'm just saying that if I had the choice, I'd go for something like this. But that's just me. So anyway, again, this is crazy. I'm going off topic. But yeah, he's got his nose, mouth. They don't really do anything. Nothing really on the back. Screws holding them together. On the head moves up and down. His neck kind of, and then goes up like that. And it also moves left to right. Oh, hold on. Meh. He's a little too big. I can't handle him. Mine has a weird issue. It doesn't affect him, but mine's head turns a little too far. He should not be able to. What?
I am flexing. My RoboPanda works, like, my RoboPanda 100% completely works in, like, his... Okay, well, yours completely works. It's just the elbow thing that doesn't really affect anything, though, so...
I fixed that.
Oh, yeah, that's right, you did.
Yep. And his head turning a little too far. So yeah, his head moves in two ways. He's got two motors in there. The eyebrows and the ears move, so that's two more. I think the eyebrows are on one motor and the ears are on one motor. And then he's got the speaker WowWee logo on his chest. Right below that is an LED that lights up when you're touching his sensors. Oh, hold on. Let me, there we go. Oh. There's an LED right there. It lights up blue. And then below that is the microphone. Sound sensor. He can't really understand anything. He just, oh, I heard a noise. He only uses that in certain games, certain things. And then below the microphone is his belly, and there's a touch sensor there. And then on his arms, they move in 2 ways as well. They can kind of go in and out, like out to the side, and they can also go up and down. And the way the thing about that is his like the motor is kind of in that shoulder joint, but then the elbow also bends with that as well. So when it moves up, the elbow goes up, and as it goes down, it kind of straightens out. His arms also have touch sensors in them. On his hands, on his paws, those have touch sensors. And then below the belly, on like where his feet are at, there are also touch sensors there. The feet can just they can just move back, like they can kind of go up to there, and then they can bend back out like that. This is where I'll talk about the batteries. In each of the feet, the other one's the same. There's a battery compartment, 3 C's go in each foot, so I take 6 C's and 4 doubles, which I will get to right now. Flip him around, we'll look at his back. So there is on the back, there's the back of his head. First thing you see going down his back is the mode, like power / mode switch. So let's see, can I go? Oh yeah, I can. Nice. There is when he's facing, when his back is facing you all the way to the right is off, and then it's a 4-position switch. So to the left one is training mode, one more over is friend mode, and then the position all the way to the left is menu mode. And each one of those goes into a different thing, which I will explain in a minute. Right below that, which I don't even think the manual tells you about, there is a reset button. I don't know why you'd need a reset button. I don't know what that really does, other than makes his motors continuously run, because there's nothing, like, it doesn't shut off the lights and the batteries, or the lights and the motors, but it stops his processor, his brain, from running. Oh, mopper left. Alright, it is kind of late over there. So yep. And then, so yeah, there's a button in there. And then if I go down a little bit, there is a compartment on, between the switch and the compartment, like up here, there's a touch sensor. And the feet have touch sensors as well, if I didn't mention that. The compartment, it just has one of those clip things, so you just kind of, and the compartment opens. And then let me take these out for a second so I can explain this. The thing with RoboPanda, hold on, can I kind of move him? Yeah, there we go. No mopper, no mop bopper. Alright, we'll do it this way then. So in this compartment, at the top, you have a cartridge slot. He takes cartridges. And here are both of the cartridges I have. There's there's cartridge 1. And there's cartridge 2. Oh wait, I didn't even have them in the thing. Yeah, I dropped one. Alright, I was just kind of trying to set them there so you could see them, but that didn't work. There's cartridge, oh no, that's 2. I can tell because one's white and one's black. There's cartridge 2. They're kind of, they're small little things. Gotta find that other one, see where it went. Going to set him up for a minute. Alright, this is not going the way I want it to, but that's alright. Thought about editing this out, but I don't really need to. Oh, okay. I found the other cartridge. There is cartridge 1. So anyway, back to his ass compartment. Okay, it's not really in his ass, but it's kind of, it's almost there. So right below the cartridge slot is an eject button. When you put a cartridge in, you slide it in with the label on the bottom and the text that is actually in the plastic facing up. When you slide that in, that button pops out, and if you want to eject the cartridge, you just push that in, the cartridge pops out. Cartridge 2, it might have, like, I don't know, a little extra paint or something on it for the black, like to make it black. I don't know how that works. But it fits tighter in there. And this isn't just with my unit. Apparently it works the same with a couple other people that I've talked to that have these. Cartridge 1, however, doesn't fit in there so tight, so I can make him shit out of cartridge. Which, of course, is always fun. So we're going to start with cartridge 1. I'll leave that in there. Eject button. Below that is a battery, as another battery compartment. This is a vertical one, so... you know, we all know everybody loves those vertical compartments. Have fun with those. They're great. Not really. It takes 4 doubles in there. Those power the lights, the sound, his brain. The C's power the motors. And then on the compartment door, there is a little place where you can store your extra cartridges, or one extra cartridge. So the way I do it is I take the connector side and have it pointed towards his ass, have it facing up like the way you'd normally put it in, and then you just kind of line it up with the thing and just slide it in there, let it pop in, and there we go. So let me close that back up. So I think, oh, whoa, okay. All right, one thing about this robot is he cannot stand up and sit down by himself. He can, I don't know if he can actually lay down by himself, but he doesn't ever do it if he can. At least I've never seen him do it. Or maybe I haven't. I'm just weird. I'm just crazy. So if I turn him on, we're going to go through training mode first. If I turn him on, he will do his wake up sequence.
Can you help me down, please? Pick me up with both arms so that I can get down.
And then from right here, he just won't do anything. He'll just keep repeating that prompt, moving his eyebrows and his ears.
Pick me up with both arms so that I can get down.
So what you have to do is hold both of his touch sensors on his hands. You can either
Thank you. That's
just
better.
lift him up and let him
Hey there.
get himself
Welcome
down,
to
or you
training
can
mode.
have some fun like I
If you
do and
want
just
me
let
to
him plop
introduce
himself over and
myself,
sit
touch
himself
my
back
head
up.
now. Or, if you want to learn more about my many cool features, touch my belly.
Alright, so let's have him go through the introduction.
Oh, goody. I love talking about myself. Hi, I'm RoboPanda, the new intelligent bear from WowWee Robotics. I can interact with you like a real animal, only I'm a lot more fun. I've got touch sensors all over my body, and I can tell the difference between a touch, a pat, and even a stroke. I love to talk about things, but I always want to know what you think. I also know a whole bunch of games that we can play. And I'm pretty active, too. I can crawl around on all fours, and with your help, I can stand up.
You can try
I
to
have a
crawl.
tilt sensor that lets me know which way is up. I can even use it in some of those games I was talking about. I can also tell stories, but not those boring old stories that are the same every time. I tell interactive stories that let you choose what's going to happen next, and we can play games as a part of the story. You know what else? I can even sing! La 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 la! And I know a few songs we can sing together. I'm more than just a toy. I'm a real bear. I even have my own teddy that I can recognize and talk to.
No, you don't.
You can upgrade my memory using the cartridges to completely change all my conversations, games, stories, and songs. There's a new breed of bear, and I'm it. Okay, let's get started. Touch my legs if you want to adjust my voice volume. Touch my arms if you want to learn more about how to touch me. Touch my belly to learn about friend mode or menu mode. Touch my head if you want to learn about my ears.
And this right here is why I think he didn't sell too well. I don't think, and I'm not talking about everybody here. I know that there are exceptions to this.
Touch my arms if you want to learn more about how to touch me. Touch my belly to learn about friend mode.
I want to make that clear. But from my
head if you
personal
wanna learn about my
experience
ears.
and from everything I've heard, most normal people don't understand things unless it is like visually laid out in front of them.
If you want to learn
I've
more
seen
about
it
how to touch me.
sometimes.
Touch my
Like
belly to learn
I
about
also
friend mode or menu mode. Touch
do
my head if you
stuff
wanna
with
learn about my
electronic
ears.
games, and most of those are light or audio based. I've seen people, like there are some games that will just spit out a huge list of options, like different game modes or different things like that. And normal people just don't get it, even though it would clearly say, press this button to play this game, press this button to play this game, press this button to play this game. They don't get it. It would need to be clearly labeled with text on the buttons that has the game modes.
Touch my arms if you want
So
to
if
learn more about
normal
how to touch me.
adults don't
Touch
get
my
that,
belly to learn about friend mode or menu mode.
I
Touch
at
my
least
head if you
from
wanna
what
learn
I've
about
seen,
my ears.
an 8-year-old, because this was marketed to 8 and up. I would think an 8-year-old is not going to get this. It's a little
Wake me up
too.
later if you want to play some more.
All right. Just the speaker clicks, it just pops off. But yeah, that's kind of the. That's kind of what I've seen with this is people are like, the controls are a little too complicated. It's kind of hard to get him to do all of his stuff, even though he clearly states, "Hey, do this and I'll do that. Touch this thing to do that thing." I don't think people would get it, especially now if it's just like one or two things. Yeah, they'd probably get that. But if it's literally, especially like in menu mode, touch my head to do this, touch my belly to do this, touch my back to do this, touch my arms to do this, touch my feet to do that. yeah, I think a normal person would get lost 10 seconds in. But then, a lot of people also didn't like it because we know when they figured out how to control it, they thought that his games and his stories were a little too childish. Like his content was meant for somebody younger than 8. Because if you're a normal kid by the time you turn 8, you're not going to be listening to stories from your little robot. The only robot, at least WowWee robot, that I think did it right, that really pushed that whole thing for an older audience, is Mr. Personality. I'd like to get one of those, but they're hard to find, and honestly, he really doesn't seem to. He doesn't seem like he does all that much without you constantly messing with him. And we have the audio for it, so I kind of don't. I don't know. I really don't need to grab one. If I can, I will. If I find one cheap somewhere, I'll grab it. But I've listened to all the audio. I know what it sounds like. Max and Simon are great. Like, I think RoboPanda and Mr. Personality, their content was done really well. People are going to kill me, but I don't give a shit. I think RoboPanda, to normal people, might seem a little too kiddie, a little too childish, but fuck it, I love him. He is one of my favorite robots. I like him. He's cool. So anyway, let's go through the training mode again, because I let him shut off.
Hey there! Welcome to training mode. If you want me to introduce myself, touch my head now. Or, if you want to learn more about my many cool features, touch my belly.
We're going to jump straight to the other thing,
get started.
touching his belly.
Touch my legs if you want to adjust my voice volume.
Basically, touching his belly just cuts out the intro.
Touch my arms if you want to learn more about how to touch me.
Let's
touch
go.
my belly to learn about friend mode or menu mode.
Let's go look at the volume.
Touch my feet to make me talk a little bit quieter. Touch my arms to make me talk a little bit louder. Touch my back if you are happy with my volume.
So if I touch his feet,
okay,
one of
I'll
his
talk
feet.
a bit more quietly. Okay, I'll talk as quietly as I can.
That's his lowest volume.
Okay, I'll talk a little bit louder. Okay, I'll talk a little bit louder. Okay, I'll talk a little bit louder. Okay, I'll talk a little bit louder.
He gets.
Okay, I'll be... Okay.
I'm not going to do that, because it's 10:30 at night, 10:45 at night.
I'll talk a bit more
And I'm not in the most soundproof of places, and I hear people talking outside, so they're going to hear it.
Okay,
They're going to hear
I'll talk a little bit louder.
We're going to keep him at the second volume level where I had him, because that is
I'll remember
comfortable.
this volume.
He gets like...
Touch my legs if you want to adjust my voice volume. Touch my arms if you want to learn more about how to touch me. Touch my belly.
Let's do that.
I can feel touches on my paws, feet, back, tummy, and head. Why not practice it now?
So he gives you a little bit of an opportunity to...
You're touching my belly. You're touching my back.
Hello. Hello.
You're touching my arm.
Why is the light not lighting up?
You're touching my arm.
Oh! I'm a mopper.
You're touching my arm.
It's not lighting up because he has separate hand lights for his hand touch sensors.
You're touching my leg. You're touching my head.
I'll leave him for a second. You should go to the next part.
I can tell the difference between a pat, a stroke, and a single touch on my head. Try patting or stroking my head. That's a touch. Try again.
No, it is not. Wow.
That's a touch. Try again. That's a touch. Try again.
Is it how many times you do it?
That's a touch. Try again.
Is it holding it for a long time? Like for an extended period of time?
That's a touch. Try again.
No.
That's a touch. Try again. That's a stroke. I like that.
Okay, so are there actually two
That's
sensors?
a touch. Try again. That's 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 a touch. Try again.
Okay, I got it to register that once, but I don't know how I did it. I don't know what exactly says
Had enough?
that
Okay,
I did
then.
it different. But,
Touch my legs if you want to adjust my voice volume.
alright. Let's do...
Touch my arms if you want to learn more about how to touch me. I can hear loud noises like a paw clap when my ears are turned on. I only use my ears in some games and conversations. If I don't respond when you clap, it's probably because my ears are turned off. Practice now to see what I can and can't hear. Touch my back when you've had enough. I can hear that.
One easy way to tell. Mop!
I can hear that.
One easy way to tell that he is listening is his motors will stop moving completely. Mopper!
I can hear that.
Because one thing about him is he
I
is
can hear
always
that.
moving. Whether it's just his eyebrows and his ears
I can
moving,
hear that.
or just him kind of readjusting
I can hear
himself,
that.
or just kind of... They tried to make him look a little more lifelike, I guess, by him
I
not
can
sitting
hear
still
that.
at all. So, like, his arms and his head will kind of just move every once in a while, or really all the time. Mopper!
I can hear that.
Then if you don't make a noise that he can hear for a while, he'll,
You're not making any sound that I can hear at the moment.
Alright, I think we're done with that.
I can hear that.
Okay, cool.
Had enough? Okay then. Touch my legs if you want to adjust my voice volume. Touch my arms if you want to learn about friend mode. Touch my belly. Touch my head if you want to learn about menu mode.
Okay, let's do
In
this.
friend mode, I will start little conversations and sometimes ask you to touch me to tell me what you think. You won't be able to find stories and games easily, but I might ask you if you want to play one if I feel like it. The way you treat me in friend mode will change my mood. I am normally happy, but I can also get shy, or if you make me mad, I can get very feisty. Don't worry though, I'll still like you.
So that was that.
In menu mode, you can easily find the games or stories that you want without waiting for me to suggest them. Simply follow my instructions to find your favorite stories, games, and tricks by touching different parts of my body. If you want to learn about friend mode, touch my belly. Touch my head if you want to learn about menu mode.
One thing about RoboPanda is you can touch his back or any other sensor that he doesn't
enough?
tell you about
Okay then.
to go back to the previous.
Touch my legs if you
That,
want to adjust my
step.
voice volume. Touch my arms if you
I
want to
think
learn
that's
more
about
about
it
how to
in
touch
training
me.
mode.
Touch my belly to learn about friend mode or menu mode. Touch my head if you want to learn about my ears.
So now let's go over to friend mode.
Touch my legs
I think
if
the
you want
manual says you have
adjust
to
my
turn them
voice
off
volume.
to
Touch my
like,
arms
turn 'em off
if you
first
want to
and
learn
then-
more about how to touch me.
switch him to the mode that you want, but you really don't have to. You just switch it, and he'll take a second to like reboot into the right mode, but he'll do it. So we'll just go.
It's always nice to have a good sleep. So, if we were in the woods and there was nothing else to eat, what would you choose? If you would eat bamboo, touch my paw. If you would eat bugs, touch my foot.
I don't know, we're just gonna hit a random thing.
Bamboo, always a good choice. It might get stuck in your teeth though. Panda's teeth are much sharper than yours.
See, I like that. He just kind of...
I had a dream that I was climbing a big hill and being chased by a tiger.
He just comes up with the most random shit, and I like it.
Only a dream, so it was okay.
He just kind of sits here,
Have you heard of
talks
red
and hangs
pandas?
out.
I've never seen one, but I know they are much smaller and redder than I am.
Maybe in the
Look
future
over
I'll
there.
just make...
There's a monkey hanging from the ceiling.
I'll just make a whole video of just, I don't know, maybe a good 30-minute video of just messing around with him in friend mode and all that with each cartridge, because
Why do humans wear shoes? I don't get it. Do you not have thick skin on your paws? I don't know about you, but we pandas have really tough feet. We don't need shoes.
But yeah, he's cool.
Have you any idea what it's like to have fleas in your tail?
Do you? You don't have one.
Honestly, you don't want to know.
You got your ass compartment door. It's the closest thing you got.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! You look like you haven't got much to do. Why don't you rub my tummy? Ah, oh, that feels good.
I like that. I like that he just kind of...
Oh, excuse me. Must have been those hot peppers I ate. Hey, you know what? I had a dream last night that we were both in a big forest with lots of tasty bamboo. It was great! Does anyone want to play with me?
Huh?
Anyone?
Mopper. Does he recognize? Oh, wait,
Hold my
no.
paw if you'd like to play.
Okay.
Pat my back if you're too busy right now.
I think he
Great.
will actually
Would
go
you like to hear
into...
a story?
Oh no, he goes into the story mode from through the...
Being a RoboPanda sure is tough sometimes. There are days I think, am I a robot? Other days I feel like growling and climbing a tree like any other bear. Do you ever have days where you wonder how you fit in? Some days I like to explore and find out what it means to be a bear or a robot. Press my arms to hear about my adventure to the Panda Reserve. Touch my head to hear about my trip to the Space Center. Touch my back if you want to hear a story later.
We're going to go through a little bit of this. I'm not going to make it too long.
Dream of flying in space?
But
I
this just shows how cool
to think that pandas dream about
the
bamboo
stories are
is
and how they
hard
really
for other
thought
pandas to
of
Well,
everything,
as you can
pretty
tell,
much.
I'm
Like
not your
they,
average everyday panda.
there are certain,
I'm a robo
like the story changes based
Yes,
on
I'm a robot.
the choices you
I
make. I mean,
always
okay,
dream about
there are
doing
things
cool
that have done it
robot
before. I know
One
that,
of those dreams is to fly
but
in
I
space.
like that concept.
You've probably seen lots of examples in real life and in the movies.
And I like the way
learning.
he does it.
And what
It
better
is
place to
cool.
learn about space than going to a working space center and museum? This place is great. There are actual capsules and rockets used on past space missions. And there is so much to see, I don't know where to start. Let's start with a trip to the moon exhibit. Do you want to explore the lunar lander exhibit? Or would you like to play on a lunar rover vehicle that drove on the moon? Tap my head to play in the lunar lander that landed on the moon. Touch my feet to drive in the lunar rover, a moon buggy that astronauts use to drive on the moon. This is cool. This is an exact duplicate of the rover that drove on the moon.
I
Let's
touched
climb
this.
in and go for a ride. The rover drove on battery power and could hold 2 astronauts and some scientific equipment. This rover let the astronauts travel much farther on the moon and collect moon rock samples. Let's pretend we need to collect a few moon rocks, okay? I'll grab the rocks, and you take them from me and put them in our container. We only have so much oxygen in our suit, so we have 30 seconds to collect as many as we can, okay? Ready? Go! Get the rock in my left paw. Good. Keep going. Get the rock in my right paw. Wow, this must be easy for you. I've got a moon rock in my left paw. Wow, this must be easy for you. We better hurry. Our air is almost gone. Touch my right paw to grab the rock. Go on. Time's up. Great job. We collected 4 rocks. Tap my back if you want to refill our air tanks and try again. Let's head back to the lunar lander. Did you know that the first man to walk on the moon was an astronaut named Neil Armstrong? He first set foot on the moon July 21st, 1969. Imagine how exciting that must have been. He climbed down the lander ladder just like the one on this exhibit. I know. Do you want to pretend you're taking the very first step on the moon? I sure do. If you hold my paws, then we can both take a step off the ladder together. Ready? That's one small step for RoboPanda, but one giant leap for mankind. Wow, that feels great. Why don't you pretend you're walking on the moon and I'll radio commands from inside the lunar lander? If that sounds fun, touch my belly. If not, touch my back and we can explore something else. Astronaut, can you hear me? Touch my foot if you can. Affirmative. That means yes. This is fun. Follow my orders and see if we can complete the moonwalk. Touch my head when you're ready. Okay, see if you can walk in a straight line. Wow, try to take big moon steps. Can you moonwalk? Try to stand on one leg. How about walking backwards? This is fun.
Whoa, what?
In all our excitement, we ended up a little
He
lost.
stopped moving for a second. I thought
We're
he
in
crashed.
a giant hangar with an enormous rocket.
That's one thing I will say is there is some unfinished content in here.
There's so
Um,
much to look at. What should we look at? If you want to try on the spacesuit, touch my feet. If you want to climb in the space capsule, touch my back. Cool! You picked the spacesuit. These are really great spacesuits. These spacesuits must protect an astronaut from the extreme conditions of space. Wouldn't it be really cool to try a suit on? Why don't you help me try on a suit? Let's start with the boots. Help me put on my boots by touching my foot. Good job. Okay, I just need you to help me with the helmet. Wow, this is strange. Touch my head to make sure the helmet is on tight. Great, looks like I'm set. Well, how do I look? Okay, now you put on your suit and we can try them out. Hey, who are these guys in the white suits? Where are they taking us? Oh no, they think we're real astronauts. We're getting put into the rocket capsule. Excuse me? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off.
He's got a good speaker in him. Damn.
Look out the window and you can see Earth. It looks like a big blue marble. This is terrific. Did you ever think you'd be flying in space? I always dreamed of this, but we better get some spacesuits on right away.
We understand there's been some kind of mix-up. Do you think you can complete our mission and get back home? Tap RoboPanda's helmet to say yes. Tap his back to get you home right away. Over.
That's fucking cool.
After speaking with Mission Control back on Earth, they told me they need us to fix a broken satellite.
I don't give a shit who
Two
shits
different
on me
ways.
for this. He's
We
fucking
could
cool.
use the giant robot arm to put the satellite back on track, or we could do a spacewalk and push the satellite back into its correct orbit. How adventurous do you feel? Want to try the robot arm? Touch my paws. Feel like walking in space with a single cord attaching you to our capsule? Touch my
We're gonna
feet.
do the robot arm because the other
We
one
need to
fucking
extend the
crashes
robot
him
arm to
because
match the satellite into
either it
its
wasn't
proper
finished or
orbit.
there was a weird bug
This
in
robot
something.
arm is like playing a
Yeah,
video
you know,
game.
in there
We
somewhere.
can control the arm from inside the capsule. Let's see. Touch my head to turn the arm on. Great. We're ready to go. Okay. Lean me to my right side to move the robot arm to the right. That's it. Okay. Lean me to my left side to get the robot arm to move left. Okay. That's the
Oh, yeah, it's another thing. He's got a piece of plastic rattling around inside of him,
Lean
but
me to my right side to move the robot arm to... I think you got it. Lean me backwards to raise the arm just a bit. We've almost got... Ooh, thanks. Oh, well, where are we going?
we're not going anywhere. He does that sometimes too. Hello. Mopper. Mopper bopper. What did you do? Did you crash? No. Oh, goddamn. He might have. Alright, I thought I was going to actually be able to get through that, but there you go. You get to see, you got to see a little bit of some of the random stuff he does in friend mode, and how he will just randomly suggest, hey, I want to do something, and then go into a story, and we got almost all the way through a whole story. But yeah, let's turn him off and back on. Let's go to menu mode. That way I can show a little bit of that. Let's let him get his, readjust himself. There we go.
Oh, hello. What would you like to do today? Touch my head if you want to join in some stories with me. Touch my tummy if you want to play games. Touch my arms to teach me a new trick or see the ones you've already taught me. Touch my legs if you want me to move around. Touch my back to return to the start.
Okay, so I'm not going
Bears
to.
have a lot more fun with friends. If you grab
Okay.
my arms, I can stand up. If you touch my legs, I'll go for a walk.
I highly doubt he'll make it to the other side of the table, so
Watch out, here I go.
we'll just do this. We'll set him like this. Watch him plop his big ass over. Tilt it down a little bit so you can see him
I wonder what
attempt to
those-
struggle. He's trying. He attempts to walk. Yeah, see, I'm covering his face. Ooh, you fucker. You could not fall over, that would be great. Alright, there we go.
Touch my belly for games. Touch my back to go back to the start.
Alright, there we go.
Touch my back to go back to the start.
Let's look at the
Touch
games.
my back to go back to the start.
Each cartridge has different things on it, so
Touch my
conversations
head
in
for
friend
stories.
mode change, training mode slightly changes, I think they
Touch my back to go back to the start.
fixed a few things in one
Touch
of the
my head
cartridges.
for stories.
Let's go to the
Games
games.
it is. What game would you like to play?
This is cartridge 1,
Touch
so we're
my
only gonna
head
get
to
one
play
game.
Remember.
That one's pretty fun. I enjoy that one. I'm not going to go through it though, because the video is already long enough.
What game would you like to play?
But yeah,
Head to play Remember.
I'm definitely going to be making more videos.
I don't know
on this
any other games. Please choose something different. What game would you like to play? We could play something later.
There we go.
Touch my belly for games.
Let's look at the tricks thing.
Touch my
For
leg.
all of you
Tricks. You haven't
serious
taught me any tricks yet.
WowWee
If
fans
you
out
could
there,
teach me one.
this is puppet
Touch my
mode.
head to teach
You can
me a new
program
trick.
him by moving him. So we're just going to go.
When you want to see one, you could choose it by touching one of my arms or legs. Okay, touch one of my arms or legs to choose where I will remember this trick. Now, grab my paws and move them around. I'll remember the movements and repeat them for you. Okay. And like that. And then there. Uh-huh. Okay. And then there. And then there. And like that. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And then there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And like that. Okay, I got it. So it went something like this.
What? Oh. What?
Touch my belly to see the trick again. Or touch one of my arms or legs to choose a different trick. Touch my head to teach me a new trick. I don't remember any trick there. Choose a different arm or leg. I don't remember any trick there. Choose a different arm or leg. Touch my head to teach me a new trick. I remember that one.
So now he's going to do it again.
Touch my belly to see the trick again. Or touch one of my arms or legs to choose a different trick. Okie dokie, let's do something different. Touch my paws for tricks.
So that's a little bit of menu mode.
Touch my
And this
paws for
is
tricks.
kind of, again, I'm going to go back to this. Because I think he could have done a
Touch
lot
my
better.
head for story.
But I think he was in a weird position. He was too advanced
Touch
for
my
the
paws
target
for tricks.
demographic, but also a lot of normal people considered his content to be a little too young for the target demographic. So he was kind of in a weird place, and I see
Touch
my
looking at it
belly
from a
for
normal
tea.
mopper perspective, I can see why he didn't do too well. Am I
That's
kind of
my
pissed
claws
about
for
that?
tricks.
Yeah. I'm not really pissed, but I'm kind of sad, kind of disappointed. I wish he'd have done a little bit better.
Touch my legs to make
We
me
could have had
move
another
around.
4 or 5 cartridges for him. Could have had a huge amount of stuff for this dude,
Touch
but
my
we
belly
didn't
for
because
gain.
all they ever did was the 2 that came with him.
Oh, I feel a bit sleepy. We can do this later if you want.
Yep. There we go. He's asleep. I'm going to pop his head up a little bit so he doesn't fucking fall over. There we go. But yeah, that's RoboPanda. This video wasn't the best, and it came out a little too long. But I said what I needed to. I guess I could show a little bit of cartridge 2, as if the video hasn't gone on for long enough already. I love that. I'm such a smart person. No, not really. I'm a dumbass. Hey, the video is going way too long. Let's show a little bit of the second cartridge. Alright, let's pop him back up. He took a little bit longer to boot up because I switched cartridges. He's got... I don't know what he's got, like...
Oh, hello. What would you like to do today?
flash memory, but I
Touch
think
my
it's
head if you
also
want to join in some stories or songs with me.
based
Touch
on
my tummy if you want to play
the
games.
cartridges.
Touch my arms to teach me a new trick.
So it
or
kind of has
be the ones
to
you've already taught me.
Load different shit in,
Touch
I
my legs
guess.
if you want me to move around.
So if you switch cartridges and
Touch
if
my
you
back
run them on
to
one
return to the
cartridge
start.
and then switch cartridges and run them on the other one, it will take him about a second longer to start up. But it's not too...
Touch my head for stories or touch my belly for songs.
We'll do the songs because the songs are great.
Touch my... Okay, let's sing something together.
Random
Please
stuff.
choose
I
a
guess I
song
was,
for me to sing.
I don't know, taking something.
Touch my head if you want me to sing Here With Me.
I'll have them do both the songs.
Okay,
'Cause
here goes.
it's not, the video's not long enough. We
Ready
gotta
to
make
sing?
it longer.
'Cause I am. When I see the stars at night, shining in the sky so bright, look in the sky and you'll see them too. You'll be here with me. When I wish upon a star, it won't matter where you are.
Can you not fucking bang yourself against the wall, Mopper?
You'll know that I made a wish for you, and you'll be here with me. Please choose a song for me to sing. Touch my head if you want me to sing Here With Me. Touch my belly if you want me to sing Let's Have an Adventure. Okay, here goes. Ready to sing? 'Cause I am. Hey there, come along with me. Let's have an adventure. See things that we've never seen and things we'll do together. We can make believe it's true and do the things we wanna do. The world
And there we go.
What song would you like me to sing? Touch my head if you want me to sing.
I'll do that instead.
We could sing something later if you want. Touch my legs to make me move around.
One other thing that I should also mention
Touch my legs to make me move around.
is in friend mode,
Touch my paws for
the
tricks.
conversations and content will change based on what position he's in. So if you
Touch my belly for games.
no, how about you turn off? If you turn him off and stand him up,
It's always nice to have a good sleep. Look at these paws. Pandas use their paws to grasp bamboo and climb trees.
this is on the other cartridge. This is on 2, and I showed 1
Grab
earlier,
my
but
paws so I
still.
can see your paws.
I can demonstrate this again because the video hasn't gone on for long enough.
Well, I guess I can see your paws later. Grr, I sure am hungry. If you put your paw on my belly, you might be able to feel the rumbly tummy. Hey now, that kind of tickles. Did you know that pandas eat almost all day?
Hold on.
We sure love our bamboo. Can you help me down, please? Pick me up with both arms.
There you go. Mopper.
Thank you. That's better. You told me that you loved me this much. How about now?
And you just go.
Wow, you love me more. I love you loads too. Achoo! Oh, sorry. I think I'm allergic to bear hair. I'm not just a toy, you know. I'm a real live panda, so watch out. Do I look like a bear to you? Touch my head if I do.
What if I say no?
Okay, maybe I look more like a raccoon than a bear. But pandas
I
are
wouldn't
related
know. I
to
don't know
both
what either one looks like, so there you
Pandas
go.
also have eyes like cats. I once caught a fish this big. Do you have any fur? Touch my head if you do. You don't? Did you shave it all off or something? I'll bet you get cold in the winter, don't you? Hey, let's go somewhere. All right, pick me up and let's do some traveling. No, I wanted you to carry me. So, what do
Carrying
you
your
call
big
this
ass
place?
around.
It doesn't look much like my forest home. So, where do you sleep? I don't see any hollow trees around here. I have a friend who said that humans were mean. But that's not true, right? I mean, you're a human, and you're really nice. Well, most of the time, anyways. So, do you have any brothers or sisters?
Nope. Well,
I
actually,
don't. I'm an only panda.
I do. I got
Most
one,
pandas only raise one.
and it actually, I mean, yeah, I got a brother. He actually lives
Take care of the baby.
right there. But yeah, that was RoboPanda. He is really cool. And I guess sorry for making the video so long. If you If you want to watch it, you can. If not, yeah, I know normal people don't like watching hour-long videos, so. Yep. Well, alright, I guess I will see y'all moppers in the next video. Whenever I decide to make another one. Bye, moppers.